From the Palace of Auburn Hills for this Eastern Conference battle featuring the Pistons here in Detroit. Well, what better way to spend a Monday night than with the 2K sports team and the NBA. Welcome, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. So Detroit will get the first possession. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court right now for the Hawks, they've got Kyle Korver. Kent Bazemore is out there with Paul Millsap. And it's Splitter.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Millsap a screen on Jackson. Schroeder passes to Millsap. Off target from three-point range. Here's Mitchell, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Well, go ahead and just hammer it home, why don't you?
He might not be the athlete that some of the other big men are in this league, but my goodness, he still knows how to finish.
Well, he doesn't count on elevation or hang time, that's for sure, but he can still get it in the basket.
So it's Atlanta now after the basket by Detroit. Korver kicks it over to Schroeder. He wants to get the Millsap and does.
Good. Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Jackson kicks to Harris. To the paint. Millsap with the steal. Bazemore dishes to Schroeder. Millsap a screen. Feeds it to Korver. Kicks it to Splitter. Clock at 6. Bazemore for three. Can't get it to go. The Pistons go the other way with it. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
Mitchell's shot is good. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Hawks passing it around. Splitter sets a screen. And it's Schroeder missing.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
To the inside. And there's Drummond. That's good on the assist by Freq. Drummond's got his first points of the game.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Schroeder. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Harris outside. The pass to Mitchell. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. The Pistons shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
The Hawks trail by 6. Schroeder kicks to Splitter. Now Schroeder. Outside Millsap. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And a wide open look for Freq. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Schroeder kicks to Splitter. He feeds it to Bazemore. Korver passes to Bazemore. There's the dish to Splitter. On the wing, Korver, 6 to shoot. The feed to Splitter. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And it's Schroeder missing. Pistons leading by 9. Here's Caldwell Pope. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here in the Palace, let's give it up for your auto motion.
Looking now at the numbers for Jackson. Over the last month, getting it out 7 points, 12 assists, and 2 rebounds. And for any other player putting up those numbers, we'd say they were great, but for him, they're just simply run-of-the-mill.
Sure, you know, most guys would be satisfied with that stat line, but he's built for more.
Here's Bazemore. 17 points for him last game against Miami.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
And the Pistons with possession. They're on a 15-6 run. Out to the right wing. And it's Harris off the drive. Mitchell kicks to Drummond. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Shooter passes to Millsap. No luck. Nice D for Mitchell.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Jackson dishes to Mitchell. They get a hand on it. Jackson with it. Now defended by Korver. And Drummond kicks to Caldwell Pope. And yes, sir, that one drops. Caldwell Pope's got his second basket.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Now here's Schroeder. On the wing, Korver. His first attempt of the game finds the target. Detroit leading by 9. Pass to Mitchell. Baseline J on the way. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his third assist on the night. And here's Schroeder. Dishes it to Splitter. Now here's Jackson. Passes to Mitchell. Takes a 3. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Here's Bazemore. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Millsap. Rebound, Detroit. Harris has got his third rebound on the night.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
The Hawks trail by 14. Let's send it over to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Mike Budenholzer. Doris?
Well, Kevin, he said that they didn't want to take what the defense gave them tonight, saying we need to play our game. I told my guys to go right at their defenders and make plays happen. If we sit back and don't be the more aggressive team, we'll just be digging a hole for ourselves. Sounds like they have confidence in their ability to score, guys.
Okay, Doris, well, the offensive approach, a primary force in the game plan today, guys.
Yeah, they are out to put up a big number today, and I think they can do it.
Well, that certainly seems to be the goal. I mean, it could be a shootout if their plans come to fruition.
Here's Schroeder. To the middle. Here's Millsap. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
The Hawks shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
Yeah, guys, they can feel.
The Hawks trail by 11. Mitchell, he's in at the 4 spot. Jody Meeks out there with Bellinelli. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Drummond in at the 5, patrolling the paint. That's the group for Detroit right now.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Millsap a screen. Now here's Schroeder. Not a lot of room. A clear look for Hardaway. Cans the shot from the wing. Meeks with it. Here's Mitchell, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Andre Drummond. First in shooting percentage. And he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
Yeah, and you're right. He's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot.
And that one misses.
And you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Freq. He has 14 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
Schroeder it to Bazemore. Pass to Millsap. He dishes it to Bazemore. To the left side wing. They set the pick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Schroeder, and it's blocked. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. There's a check in for Marcus Morris. And Detroit has possession. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him. Freq with it. He's picked up by Millsap. Mitchell passes to Drummond. No good. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And I don't care how much you grind it out defensively. When you shoot it that poorly, you're going to struggle to win games.
Well, it's not only going to be a struggle, it's going to be virtually impossible if you shoot as poorly as they did.
Mitchell score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
Millsap a screen. Here's Bazemore. Rebounded by the Pistons.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Mitchell, clock at 4, and a little hot that time, but it drops. Mitchell's got the lead up to 14 now for the Pistons. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Millsap a screen. Bazemore for 3. The rebound by Mitchell. Pistons leading by 14. Meeks dishes to Harris. To the paint. Here's Mitchell. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. And that's 21 points for Freq.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons dancers.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Millsap. Coach would like to see him utilized in the offense as much as possible. We can expect to see them going to him constantly. Guys, they've got a decent hole to dig themselves out of, but still a lot of time left to do it. We'll see if those adjustments help.
All right, Doris. From long range or short, the small forwards on this list have been on target for the past 10 games, leading their position in field goal percentage. Tobias Harris, number 1.
Obviously, looking at those numbers, he hasn't just been settling for outside shots. He works very hard to get a lot of high-quality looks in close.
And that inside-outside game, I like to call it reversible clothing. It makes him the most accurate shooter among NBA small forwards. Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Hardaway with it. Picked up by Harris. Millsap a screen on Harris. And it's Korver in the corner. A second chance effort. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Atlanta shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And that one falls for Millsap.
This is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line right here.
And the Hawks making a change here. Splitter's checked in. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Millsap a screen. Hardaway kicks to Millsap. Here's Bazemore. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Here's Millsap, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Millsap's got 9.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
And Bellinelli kicks to Drummond. Here's Mitchell. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Paul Millsap picks one up. The Pistons shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Free throw dropped for Mitchell. Jackson, he's checked in for Detroit. And Mitchell drops them both.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second. Getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
Hardaway passes to Millsap. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Millsap a screen. Here's Hardaway. And that one comes up a bit short.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. And the Eastern Conference has been fun to watch. A lot of focus as always this year. And as we hit the midseason surge, let's check out the standings and how they're shaping up. You look at Detroit. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And, of course, the Atlanta Hawks just way behind.
And I think for the Pistons, got to be one of the feel-good stories of this NBA season. Not many people were talking about them coming into the start of the year.
Tell you what, they're talking about them now. Everything is falling into place for them so perfectly.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
So it's Detroit now. At one point, they led by 16. Harris kicks to Mitchell. And stolen by Splitter. Right side Korver. Feeds to Hardaway. Splitter sets a screen. Lets it go with a 3. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist from Hardaway. 14 points for Millsap.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Jackson kicks to Mitchell. Shoots from 12. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Mitchell's got 11 points in the quarter.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Splitter sets a screen. Hardaway dishes to Splitter. And yes, sir, that one drops. Splitter's got 6.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
Caldwell Pope passes to Mitchell. And he just jams it right over Paul Millsap. What a play.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. For the Pistons, Aaron Baines comes in for Drummond. And it's Johnson in for Harris. Atlanta also making some changes here. Chris Humphries has checked in for Millsap. And it's Patterson in for Kent Bazemore. Good on the 13-footer. 2 points there for Mitchell. Mitchell's got 29.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Here's Hardaway. Splitter misses. Detroit leading by 14. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. The pass to Mitchell. 6 on the shot clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Here's Caldwell Pope. They get it again. Tries again. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
That's his first.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Detroit.
Shooting.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, they've gotten the three-pointer to fall tonight as well. That's equally as important.
Detroit making a switch here. Morris is checked in, and a change for the Hawks. Muscala's checked in. Patterson dishes to Hardaway. Left side, Korver. Three-pointer. Morris with the rebound.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Patterson passes to Humphries. Korver kicks to Hardaway. Unloads from 13. Here's Muscala. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Mitchell. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 7th assist in the game.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
Korver kicks to Patterson. Morris against Korver. Right side Hardaway. Down low. Here's Humphries. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Jackson dishes to Mitchell. No good. So the Hawks will take it the other way. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Yeah, and very tough to beat when they're playing up to their capabilities. That's why they're one of the top teams in the league.
Hardaway from outside, and he gets it to go. Hardaway has got 5 points in the quarter. Pistons leading by 13. Outside Jackson. Freq sets a screen for Jackson. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. The Pistons on top, up by 15. And now we'll send it down.
Well, looking at the stats, it's hard to doubt you have been the #1 factor for your team. Do you feel like you're controlling the paint right now?
I mean, I'm trying.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Freq in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, anytime you can get to the free throw line with that kind of consistency, that just makes every other facet of the game easy.
And, you know, they have to rotate the defensive assignment on him from now on just to avoid foul trouble on any one particular player, given how good he is at drawing fouls and how many fouls he's been drawing.
On the court for Atlanta, they've got Kent Bazemore, Paul Millsap out there with Splitter, then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Korver in at the 2 spot. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freq in the last matchup against the Magic delivered quite a performance. He finished with 54 points, and that was just the start of it, notching a triple-double for his effort in what was quite a display from him. It was a performance for the ages, and one that will have the whole league talking.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance.
Yeah, that's certainly one that we'll be talking about here for a long time.
I say it would make it to his greatest hit spot, no doubt about it.
And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That's his first foul.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass on.
Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Now here's Schroeder, guarded by Jackson. Splitter with a screen on Jackson. Back to Millsap. This one for three, and he gets it to go. Millsap's got 17 now.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a three, and then we'll take it right back. Nothing but money for them to start the half. They've made all three of their shot attempts.
The Hawks trail by 18. Schroeder passes to Splitter. Here's Bazemore. Schroeder kicks to Millsap. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up.
Jackson kicks to Mitchell. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. 37 points for Freq.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Doris Burke has some information for us.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Stan Van Gundy said to the team. He'd like them to concentrate on their transition game, to keep the tempo fast and put pressure on the defense in the open court. He also asked for a very strong effort on the offensive glass. He wants to see them cashing in on a lot of second chance opportunities. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Harris dishes to Mitchell. He kicks to Jackson. To the inside. Knocked loose. Now Schroeder. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. To the inside. Here's Millsap, and again it's Atlanta.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Pistons leading by 14. Kicks it to Caldwell-Pope. In the corner, it's Harris. Three-pointer. They get the rebound. And that one's good. Drummond. And the Pistons lead by 16.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Millsap a screen. Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Shoots from 12. The rebound by Mitchell. Mitchell's got his 6th rebound on the night. Caldwell-Pope passes to Jackson. And Detroit again with the bucket.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Here's Bazemore. Millsap a screen. Outside Korver. Shot clock at 5. High post shot. Good. He hits the jump shot. Here's Jackson. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Harris kicks to Mitchell. He feeds it to Drummond. Schroeder with the ball. Jackson on him. Here's Splitter. And the shot is long.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Harris misses.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to.
Pistons leading by 7. Jackson and Caldwell-Pope the guards. Andre Drummond is out there with Mitchell. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Good on the shot. Mitchell's got 39.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Here's Schroeder. Some solid defense from Mitchell.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
Jackson misses.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And Bazemore kicks it over to Schroeder. Now the dish to Millsap. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
What a performance from Millsap here. He has 23 points, and he has been the definition of a thief with all those steals.
And Clark, defensively, he has played this game just so intelligently. I mean, he hasn't let them get away with any loose passes or sloppy ball handling.
Drummond a screen. Jackson kicks to Mitchell. And Drummond throws it down.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. And there's the feed to Caldwell Pope. Harris outside. Shot clock at 6. Drummond dishes to Mitchell. Pope loose. Millsap with the steal. Korver against Jackson. And there's Millsap. That's good on the assist by Korver. 26 points for Paul Millsap.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Millsap with the double team. Mitchell kicks to Harris. Jackson passes to Mitchell. Shot off the screen, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Mitchell's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Hawks trail by 10. Outside Korver. Pass to Schroeder. Millsap a screen. Off the pick. And again, it's Atlanta.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And that one's good. 11 points here for Drummond.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
And here's Schroeder, right wing. Millsap down low, defended by Drummond. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. They swipe it.
And really, he played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's the only time he's turned it over so far. And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Detroit.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
They get it back, and it's sent back by Drummond. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Splitter dishes to Schroeder. Passes to Bazemore. There's the pick. Launches it. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Schroeder.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Here's Mitchell. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Millsap. The Hawks have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Hawks passing it around. Schroeder, another 3 for Atlanta.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Jackson kicks to Harris. Inside, here's Mitchell. Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now here's Schroeder. Millsap a screen. And stolen by Drummond. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Caldwell Pope. And it's good. Walk-through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And really, once he got that steal, just really nothing the defense could do.
That's why turnovers are so costly, because in many cases, they're indefensible once possession changes hands.
Millsap a screen. Korver kicks to Millsap. Now here's Schroeder, guarded by Jackson. Here's Splitter. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
From 11 feet away. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Mitchell's got 43 points.
This guy's putting on a clinic out there. Everything is sound and sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense.
They set the pick. Millsap a screen. Schroeder passes to Splitter. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
The Hawks trail by 7. Korver dishes to Splitter. Down low, pick off in midair. Here's Caldwell Pope, and the layup's good off the glass.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
The Hawks have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Millsap a screen. Korver kicks it over to Schroeder. Splitter with a screen on Jackson. Bazemore for 3. Detroit with the rebound.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Drummond a screen. Mitchell passes to Drummond. Soft touch off the glass. And now an 11-point Detroit lead.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Millsap a screen. And that one's good. Schroeder. Schroeder's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Jackson kicks to Mitchell. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Millsap. And here we go. Dishes to Schroeder. Picked away. They're running on up the court. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope's got 6 assists now in the game. Here's Millsap, and it's sent back by Drummond. Pistons leading by 11. Jackson dishes to Mitchell. Beyond the arc. There's the bucket. Good. Mitchell's got 46 points.
And that tells you a lot about why the score is where it is. Lazy defense.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here in the palace, let's give it up for
The Pistons making a change here. Morris is checked in, and a change for the Hawks. Hardaway's checked in. 1:56 left to play in the final quarter. Schroeder kicks to Splitter. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Here's Morris. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. And the Pistons lead by 14. The Hawks have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Schroeder passes to Hardaway. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Yep, and they've simply shown more aggressiveness, guys. More desire to secure the ball.
And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Detroit.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
They knocked down their shots. I mean, a little luck didn't hurt either. A lot of their 50-50 shots went in the basket.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Freq. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And that one's good.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Drummond a screen, and they double up Jackson. Layup off the pick. In deep, Drummond drops it in.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
4 on 3 as they bring it up. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. In deep, Hardaway drops it in the basket.
And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, but I think the only reason they're on this run is because the defense has relaxed a little bit, knowing the game is basically in the bag.
Here's Mitchell. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Free throw dropped for Mitchell. And Mitchell drops them both. Burton off target with that shot. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubts that they'd come out on top.
Way to play, boy. Way to play.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Congratulations on the win and leading the way in terms of the points production. How were you able to create shots for yourself?
I think I was just trying my hardest to sell it.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Freq. It was nothing short of a professional offensive clinic he put on today. He hit shots from every place he took them, and he took a lot of them to score more than 50 points.
What can you say about the show he put on tonight? That was simply basketball greatness. You hardly get a player that gets that focused, that determined. He did the work of 3 players out there tonight and got the points to prove it.
Well, his ability to get into the paint, get to the rim was deadly. For a guy who's mainly a perimeter shooter, it was remarkable how many of his points came right at the bucket.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. In this game, we'll see the Indiana Pacers against the Detroit Pistons. This Detroit group has been getting things done. What a year they're having. They've run up the best record in the NBA with some absolutely flawless performances. They've been a fun team to watch over the first half of the season. And if you've been watching this team play lately, you know who they've been getting the big baskets from? Freq. He's been on a tear. How's he gotten so hot, Shaq?
Well, you know, he's letting the game come to him on the offensive end. He's not forcing his shot, but he's still being aggressive, and he's always testing his defender. And he's, you know what, Ernie? He smells that barbecue chicken down there. You can't guard this man one-on-one. Well, lick your fingers. The barbecue chicken is hot and crispy.
You're making me hungry right now, but
Crispy barbecue chicken?
I just can't wait. You make me hungry. Is it lunchtime? We got it some time. But, you know, he's not settling for any look either. This guy is very versatile. He'll take you inside, take you outside. He's the kind of player that seems like he's a step ahead, like mentally. Like he has this mental telepathy that goes on and goes. He knows what you're thinking before you think it, before the guy thought it was a thought.
Wow. It's like an extraordinary basketball IQ.
Yes.
Do you have a good high basketball IQ, Shaq?
No, didn't need one, Ernie.
Why?
Because I had the ES.
What's that?
Elbow sandwiches.
Now I'm really hungry.
Elbow sandwiches.
Let's
right
get
in
it
your
down
mouth.
to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. We're glad you can join us. We're at the home of the Pacers in beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana. And, of course, George Hill. See how they continue to fare without him.
Well, to say the deal changes the look and feel of this franchise is stating the obvious. I mean, they are a vastly different team than they were a few days ago. Obviously looking long-term rather than the short-term.
Exactly. I mean, trading away a player with his talents is clearly a big-picture deal. I mean, you have to balance fit and talent as well as upside, and then to throw in the financial considerations. So this is more than just about the player.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Tobias Harris is out there with Mitchell. And it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now, here is Smith. Kicks to Ellis. Shot off the pick. Here's Turner. And stolen by Drummond. Outside Jackson. Freq with it. Picked up by Turner. Drummond working against Allen. Drummond dishes to Mitchell. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game. On defense, Detroit. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
That's good. Caldwell Pope's got his first points in this one.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Now, here is Smith. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Here's Jackson. Here's Mitchell. And Drummond kicks to Harris. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, Frank Vogel and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Though they lost the first meeting against this team this year, Coach isn't worried about what they can do on the offensive side of things, saying, we dropped the first one, but I still think we can put up a lot of points on this team and get a win. We just need to make sure the ball is moving. Not as easy as it sounds, though, always, guys.
Okay, Doris, well, the offensive approach, a primary force in the game plan today, guys.
Yeah, they are out to put up a big number today, and I think they can do it.
Well, that certainly seems to be the goal. I mean, it could be a shootout if their plans come to fruition.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
And a chance to check out the stats for Allen. His last 10 games, he's putting up about 8 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And really for him, it's about putting in the work and improving his game.
Yeah, and I think he wants to. It's one of those things where you either want it or you don't, and he does.
Jackson passes to Caldwell Pope, and he gets it to go. Caldwell Pope's got his second bucket of the night.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Allen, a screen on Jackson. And it's Smith penetrating. Inside. Allen kicks to Turner. 5 on the clock. Ellis. Rebound by the Pistons.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Harris dishes to Mitchell. Puts it up from 12. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
Allen, a screen on Harris. And George, here we go. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Detroit leading by 7. Harris outside. To the paint. Shoots from the elbow. The shot is off.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Smith the pass to Turner. Looking for George. He gets it there. And the baseline jumper, no good. And it's Detroit's ball. They're on a 14-5 run. And that one's good. Caldwell Pope's got 6.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run. You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been training everything they put up this month. The Pistons, number 1.
And really, the basketball IQ has just evolved. Just the way they move the ball and share it. They always find good looks.
The dish to Mitchell. Beyond the arc.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Allen, a screen on Harris. And George, here we go. Rebound, Detroit.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And, Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming onto the court are your Pacers.
Here's a chance to take a look at the Pistons and how they rank in the NBA right now. First in assists, first in field goal percentage, and they're also ranked number 1 ball. Not many turnovers. They value possessions like no other.
And how about that assist rate? Great chemistry offensively, playing with one mind, if you will, all on the same page. That's special basketball we're witnessing here tonight.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Mahimi comes in for Turner, and it's Hill in for Lavoy Allen.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Detroit. Pistons leading by 8. Feeds it to Mitchell. Back to Jackson with his first shot attempt. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
And George kicks to Mahimi. Ellis outside. And there's Paul George on the assist from Monte Ellis. And it's 6 points here for George. Jackson kicks to Meeks. Down low, here's Mitchell. The shot is off. Hill with some nice D. Pacers trail by 8. Smith dishes to Ellis. And it goes on a bounce. That one is off Smith.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got...
Here's Jackson. Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Andre Drummond is out there with Mitchell. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. Caldwell Pope passes to Mitchell. 11 feet out and he hits it. Mitchell's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Pistons. For Indiana, they come into this one following a loss to New York.
And that was one that just got out of control for them. And when the lead got big, it almost seemed as if they just mailed it in.
Yeah, it appeared to me as well that they kind of gave in. And I understand it's hard to try to come back, but you've got to show more fight than they did.
Just 3 to shoot. Here's Smith, and it's sent back by Drummond. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Detroit leading by 11. On the way, Harris. To the inside. Here's Mitchell. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. That's 10 points for Freq.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Here is Miles. 11 points for him in that last game against the Knicks in New York. He kicks it to George. The rebound by Mitchell.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Here's Smith. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Turner with a screen on Jackson. On the wing, George. They set the pick. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. George has got 8 points.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Mitchell kicks to Drummond. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Drummond's got his second bucket.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
Now here's Allen. 11 points for him in that last game against New York.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pistons?
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Detroit leading by 14. Jackson kicks to Harris. Here's Mitchell. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists now in this one.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
And now,
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freq in the last matchup against the Hawks had a huge game. He ended up with 50 points, and there didn't seem to be much you could do to stop him, shooting efficiently from both the field and the foul line. What a show it was as he put up some really amazing numbers when it was all said and done. Even we marveled at his performance, Kevin.
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance right here tonight?
I can't imagine he'd be able to pull off that kind of an outing 2 games in a row. But, hey, that's what the truly great ones are capable of doing.
Boy, even if he came close to matching it, that would be really impressive. But I tell you, that's asking an awful lot of one guy.
Smith against Jackson. Smith dishes to George. They set the pick. Out to Smith. Just 4 to shoot. No luck. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Pistons leading by 16. Pistons passing it around. And a wide open look for Freq. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. The Pistons shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. First one falls for him.
Andre Drummond. 2 shots.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's Smith. There's the pick. Outside, George. Off target from outside. The Pistons have gotten all but 1 of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. Turner with a screen for George. Shot, high post, and he gets the jumper to drop. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Mitchell's shot is good.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
Smith the pass to Turner. Screen by Smith. Turner against Drummond. 6 to shoot. Dishes to Miles. Here's George. George missing again. Detroit leading by 18. To the middle. Buries it down low. 20 points for Freq.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Outside, George. Allen outside. Miles, that's for 2. The shot is off. And Detroit the other way now. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
Yeah, a dominant win for them their last time in this matchup. And what jumps off the stat page was their advantage on the boards.
Yeah, they were overpowering it inside, and you've really got to like their chances, Greg, if they can replicate that tonight.
And here's Smith following the 3-pointer by Freq. Smith outside. Pass to George. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without foul.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Mahinmi's checked in for Turner. Hill comes in for Lavoy Allen. In for Drummond. Morris comes in for Tobias Harris. And it's Jody Meeks in for Caldwell Pope. Now here's Freq. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. That is good.
They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Smith against Jackson. The shot by George, wide open. Traps in the tray. George has got 15 points.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Jackson kicks to Mitchell. And the wide open shot from Morris. And another 3 for Detroit.
Oh, and their offense scorching now. Red hot. They've really turned it on.
I just don't know if you can play any better offensively, making it look easy out there.
Smith's shot is good.
I really hope he doesn't try that move again. It worked the one time, but he's not the guy to be working the crossover.
Jackson dishes to Morris. Pass to Baines. Mitchell kicks to Baines, and he bangs it home with one hand.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them.
Here's Ellis after the basket by Detroit. The feed to Hill. 13 feet away. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Hill's got his first points of the night. Pistons leading by 21. Morris outside. Freq with it. He's against Hill. That savvy little up fake there. Fooling the D. 25 points for Freq.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint because that has not been up to par.
Ellis can't get it to go.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Second shot opportunity, and the rejection by Mahinmi. An even 3-on-3 break. Right side, George. Rebound by the Pistons. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip. Meeks, good.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Smith, the pass to Ellis. And it's Hill penetrating. Off on the layup. Detroit's gotten hot from three-point land in the second quarter, going 4 of 5 from downtown. Here's Mitchell. Cannot hit. Smith with some nice D.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Now here's Freq. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. It's stolen by Mahinmi. Plays it in off the breakaway.
Fast break opportunities do not get any easier than that one off the steal.
Exactly. The defense really no chance to get back.
Mitchell.
Let's go.
That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Outside, George. Hill sets the screen for George. The floater. The second chance effort. And there's the nice layup by Hill. Hill's got his second bucket.
Well, they're not shooting as many from outside here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they were shooting well early on. I like their spacing. I think they should get back to that.
Now, here is Morris. 6 points for him. Baines dishes to Mitchell. The turnaround jumper. Count it. Mitchell's got 29 in the game.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Smith against Jackson. At the elbow, it's Freq from 18 feet away. And Detroit again with the bucket. George can't get it to go. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. The Pistons on top.
Certainly good numbers from you shooting the ball in the first half. What has been your approach on offense?
I'm just trying to let the game come to me.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
And what a tremendous game for Freq. 31 points, and he's drained 3 3-point bombs so far.
Don't stop. Don't hesitate. Keep firing from out there when the shot's falling like this.
Paul George is out there with Lavoy Allen. Then it's Turner. Then it's Smith. And it's Ellis in at the 2. That's the Pacers' 5. Now here is Harris. And it's Mitchell missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Smith kicks to Ellis. The 3 from George. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Ellis has got 5 assists in the game.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Now here's Ellis. George double teamed. Back to Turner. Plenty of space. And again, it's Indiana.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Jackson passes to Mitchell. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Mitchell's got 5 points in the quarter.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Smith against Jackson. Smith dishes to Ellis. To the middle. Outside for George. 5 to shoot. Nobody near Allen. No good on the 3.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And Freq gets it to go on the assist by Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope's got his 3rd assist on the night. Ellis kicks to Smith.
Timeout charge to the Pacers.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Paul George. Coach stressed the importance of getting the ball in his hands as soon as possible at the start of their possessions. No question he's going to be the key guy for them offensively. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the 4th quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks.
And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And how good a feeling is that for this team to dominate the way they did in front of a hostile crowd? That is a satisfying feeling for the victors.
Pacers have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. Robert Covington's checked in for George. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Here's Caldwell Pope. 8 points for him. Mitchell. Second shot opportunity. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Detroit shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate.
Indiana's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Covington kicks to Hill. Outside, George. Covington in the corner. To halt the run. The shot's good on the assist by George. Covington's got 5 points now in the quarter. Detroit's got more than a 50% success rate on their 3-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. The 11-footer, and that one's good. 42 points for Freq.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
On the wing, Hill. Morris against George. There's 37 seconds left in the 3rd. Shot clock at 6. Soft touch off the glass. George has got 9 points now in just the second half.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the 3-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Freq with it. George picks him up. Here's Baines, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. This is his first free throw of the game.
An okay season at the free throw line for him so far, sitting right around 76%.
You know, there's been some improvement in his free throw shooting this year. His percentage has taken a little jump compared to last season.
The Pacers shooting well, 52% in the third. They came to play offensively in the second half. George against Morris. And that jam. Beautiful.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but overall. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Here is Augustine. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Mitchell in at the 4 spot. DJ Augustine out there with Bellinelli. Then it's Aaron Baines, and it's Bullock in at the 3. Augustine passes to Mitchell. Here's Baines, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Lawson kicks to Thompson. Hill dishes to Lawson. Indiana moving the ball around. That's good.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Out left to the wing. Here's Mitchell. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
This guy's putting on a clinic out there. Everything is sound and sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense.
Lawson uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Baines, and there's another one for the Pistons.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
There's the pick. Lawson drives in. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Detroit.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Turner's checked in for Indiana. For Detroit, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Here's Bullock. Lawson defending. Bellinelli up top. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Mitchell. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket. Right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession. Johnson, he's checked in for Reggie Bullock. Indiana on D. Knocks it loose. Turner with the steal. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Augustine passes to Johnson. Down low. And Freq gets it to go on the assist by Johnson. Mitchell's got 49 points in the game. The Pacers shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. And Lawson, here we go. The rebound by Mitchell. Mitchell's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Thompson against Johnson. 14 feet away. And it's Mitchell missing. And so here is Indiana. Here's Covington. The rebound by Johnson.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Augustine with it. Now Lawson defending. Johnson wide open. He fires. And a miss there on the triple. Johnson's gone 1 of 6 shooting from the field. Pass to Covington. Stolen. And here comes Augustine late in the fast break. There's the pass to Johnson. To the right side. Releases from 15, and he knocks down the jumper.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Lawson kicks to Miles. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Miles has got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, man, how about the last-minute decision there to pull the shot down and get a better one for your teammate?
From 13, and it's Mitchell missing.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Lawson with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Miles, that's for 2, and the foul on Miles Turner. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Some changes for Indiana. Jeffries is checked in, and it's Hill in for Robert Covington. Augustine dishes to Mitchell. To the left wing, outside, Bellinelli. Offensive rebound. Johnson for 3. Good.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And, Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Jeffries. Money from the wing.
Jeffries.
Augustine with it. Launches a 3. Here's Bletch. Drops it in from 11 feet.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
And here's Lawson. Out to Thompson. The rebound by Johnson.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball.
Augustine passes to Mitchell. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 7 rebounds in the game. Lawson kicks to Jeffries. From outside, off the mark. The Pistons have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. To the inside. No good. Good work defensively by Turner. For Indiana, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Here's Hill. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Lawson's got his 5th assist in this one. Augustine against Lawson. And it's D.J. Augustine with the foul. That is his 1st foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
The Pistons making a change here. Baines is checked in.
And a nice 1-2 punch there, guys. Great defensive play and great basket in transition.
Aggressive play, attacking basketball, on the attack, full throttle. I love it.
He took good advantage of that screen. Jeffries got 5 points now this quarter.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Pacers on defense. Augustine in the corner. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
And, Greg, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Lawson. And there are the Pacers with another bucket. Here's Augustine. Johnson right side. Now Freq Bellinelli with the three, and another three for Detroit.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Kicks it to Jeffries for three. The shot is off. The Pistons go the other way with it. Now here's Freq. Thompson comes with the double team. Mitchell's shot is good.
And this collapse we've seen by their interior defense, it's really the reason why they've struggled and are in such a hole.
There's the dish to Jeffries. A three ball. Detroit with the rebound. Johnson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Mitchell. Off target from outside. Indiana's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Detroit.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark's fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And by making sharp in-game adjustments, they've really taken control of this season series, guys. This win tonight will move their record to 2-0 with 2 left to play against the Pacers.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Freq. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Jeffries dishes to Turner. He feeds it to Jeffries. Shoots the three. Can't get it to go. Now the Pistons take it the other way. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Here's Lawson. And Hill has it in the corner. Back to Lawson. And Thompson kicks to Turner. Over to the left wing. Jeffries. And the three ball is good.
Troy Jeffries.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, big numbers for you on the offensive end. How were you able to consistently get your shot?
It was all about working with my teammates to open.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freq. It was nothing short of a professional offensive clinic he put on today. He hit shots from every place he took them, and he took a lot of them to score more than 50 points.
He was completely on a different level tonight, and his insane point total tells us that. Trust me, it's not easy to get that many points in this league, but he had their number tonight, and the coach did a great job of continuing running plays for him.
The job he did down low was fantastic. That's right, fantastic. He had great understanding of the way the defense was set up in the paint. He had a ton of high percentage looks close to the bucket and converted every time. Nice game, real nice game.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Our featured matchup tonight out in Toronto, where the Raptors will be going up against the Detroit Pistons. This Pistons group has been getting things done. They've been on a tremendous run, and we're deep enough into the season now to know that it's no mirage. These guys definitely for real. And as we come up to the midway point of the season, Kenny, we're seeing some of the veterans who started slower now picking up the pace.
Well, I think early on, a lot of times, if you've been in the playoff for some veterans, the early going in the season is a little mundane. But then as you start seeing the light at the tunnel, they don't pace themselves anymore. And you want to make sure that you're in playoff position to make something special happen at the end of the year.
Excellent use of the word mundane, by the way. How about you, Shaq?
Well, Monday, experience told me when you need to go hard and when you need to pull back. You know, the best veterans will be there when it matters the most.
That's mundane, not
okay, I
Monday.
thought you said Monday.
Like mundane, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Got it, my bad.
Two different things.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
The Raptors look to take charge at the Air Canada Center here in downtown Toronto. And it's back to Detroit for the Pistons at the conclusion of today's game. And it's the Pistons to start out. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Mitchell in at power forward. Reggie Jackson out there with Bellinelli. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Lowry passes to DeRozan. Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. He used that pick just right.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Jackson with it. He kicks to Mitchell. Let's go. DeRozan with the rebound. And the Raptors with the ball. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at him.
Here's Mitchell following the score by DeMar DeRozan. And he gets it to go.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
The Pistons shooting their first free throw of the night.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Now here is Lowry. Last time out he had 14 points. No good from Valanciunas.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with a miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
Freq with it. Patterson defending. Bellinelli dishes to Jackson. No good. Good work defensively by Lowry. It's DeRozan with the drive. Pass to Lowry. Sinks the triple. Lowry's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Harris kicks to Mitchell. Shot from free throw range. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
The wide open look here for DeRozan. Off target with his 3.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Jackson kicks to Mitchell. Nice D from Valanciunas.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Patterson goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
The feed now to Mitchell. Valanciunas on the double team. And it's Mitchell missing.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
For Detroit, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Raptors with the lead. Here's DeRozan. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. DeRozan's got 6.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. What's the news, Doris?
He has a very specific approach laid out. He told me that they're going to concentrate on working the ball into the paint as much as possible today and taking advantage of what he believes is a significant edge for them on the interior. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Again, Toronto.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Pistons trail by 4. Jackson passes to Mitchell. And Harris wide open. He shoots, drains it from beyond the arc. Harris has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Lowry dishes to DeRozan. Now here's Lowry. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. The Pistons have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. And Freq gets it to go on the assist by Bellinelli. And it's 7 points for Freq.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
Valanciunas with a screen on Jackson. Nailed from three-point land. And that's now 11 points for DeMar DeRozan. For Detroit, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Mitchell kicks to Drummond. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
Now, here's Lowry. Unloads from 13. And it's DeRozan missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And Bellinelli kicks to Mitchell. Misses the layup.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
To the wing on the left. Lowry has the open look. And again, Toronto with the triple.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
And now we have a chance to check out Freq here. His last 10 games have been rebounds and 4 assists. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
Defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed. That's why he's the team's leading scorer.
Joseph, he's checked in for Patrick Patterson.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Good. 13 points for DeMar DeRozan.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feeling.
Jackson against Lowry. Jackson passes to Mitchell. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Now here is Lowry. He's got 6. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Andre Drummond picks one up. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring totals for the Raptors.
Guys, they are dialed in.
Toronto leading by 3. And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for Toronto right now, Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. Corey Joseph is out there with Lowry, and it's DeRozan in at the 3 slot. The shot by Lowry, no good. Detroit's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. The pass to Mitchell from deep. Here's Drummond, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to one or two plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
Here's DeRozan, and he overshot that one, missing.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Patterson bringing the double. Freq with it, guarded now by Patrick Patterson.
That's a jump ball.
So it's the Pistons now. Drummond dishes to Jackson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Tobias Harris is checked in for Detroit.
Tobias Harris.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And Joseph kicks to Lowry. Valanciunas sets a screen for Lowry. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Second free throw, no good.
We've seen Lowry doing his thing. He's got 8 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Jackson kicks to Bellinelli. At the elbow, it's Freq. Takes the 13-footer, and Detroit again with the bucket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
DeRozan passes to Valanciunas, and that one's good. Valanciunas has got his second basket of the night.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number one for them right now.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Drummond. Their offense is most effective, Coach said, when he is most involved. And they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. So, Kevin, changes already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. And it's Harris off the drive. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. The Pistons shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Damari Carroll's checked in for Valanciunas. And so he makes both from the line.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And here's Lowry. 8 points for him. Right side, DeRozan. Another miss by DeRozan.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Harris with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Harris dishes to Mitchell. It's stolen by DeRozan. They're running. Cannot hit. And Detroit the other way now. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
Patterson a screen on Jackson. Lowry kicks to Patterson. Shoots the 3. They get it again. Outside for Lowry. Passes it to Patterson. Now here's Joseph. Bellinelli is covering. Lowry against Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Tries again. That one off the back iron and out. Pistons leading by 4. Here's Mitchell. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game, and the basket good.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Jackson against Lowry. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And a quick check of the stats for Drummond. He's one of the standouts over the last month. 3rd in field goal percentage. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And, you know, that's an impressive accomplishment. He just refuses to take bad shots. That's why he's one of the best in field goal percentage.
The Raptors making a switch here. White's checked in. Jackson passes to Mitchell. Back to Jackson. Kicks it to Bellinelli. The Pistons working the ball around now. Lowry brings the double, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. Well, most coaches will tell you, you need scoring in the paint to be successful. There are some big men around the league that have been providing plenty of that over the last month. Freq, number 1.
That is major productivity in the paint. I mean, they would love to get more and more of that from him going forward, because a scoring big man like that, guys, it's never easy to come by.
Especially not one with the arsenal of moves this fella has. He's mastered the art of low post offense, and no matter what look the defense throws at him, he typically has a counter.
And the Pistons making a change here. Meeks is checked in. Jackson dishes to Mitchell. Feeds to Meeks. In the corner, it's Harris. Jacks up a 3. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
They've really flipped things around offensively.
Yeah, and anytime you can make more than half of your shots, you'll take that.
Patterson, a screen on Jackson. And right, here we go. And it's sent back by Mitchell. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Ross is checked in for Toronto. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Morris is checked in. Here's Powell. He has 5. Carroll with a screen for Wright. 5 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Powell.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
There's a screen. And they double up Jackson. Here's Mitchell, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
For Detroit, they've gone 8 of 9 in the second quarter. Very nearly perfect from the field. It's Jackson with the drive. That's good. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Wright against Jackson. And Wright kicks to Patterson. And it's off from 3-point range. Pistons leading by 4. Now Meeks. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Mitchell. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Wright with a screen on Morris. Powell, the pass to Wright. The dish to Ross. Powell kicks to Carroll. Shot from 12. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Pistons.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of...
Both teams will make substitutions. And we're through the first half of basketball.
Thank you, Kevin. Dwayne.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You look at Freq in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
On the floor for Detroit, Mitchell. He's in at power forward. Reggie Jackson out there with Bellinelli. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Harris in at the small forward position. John Patterson kicks to Carroll. Now here's Patterson, defended by Mitchell. Jackson comes over with the double. Here's Valanciunas. The shot no good. Some solid defense from Harris. Pistons leading by 3. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freq in the last matchup against the Pacers was simply terrific. He finished with 51 points, as he usually does, really knocking down shots from beyond the arc. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
All right, Doris, thank you. It really was a stunning performance. He was at his absolute best in that game.
And if he can come anywhere close to another performance like that here tonight, it would be amazing.
Yeah, it really would be, because you know now the defense is going to be focused squarely on him. They're going to make sure that he doesn't beat him again.
The Pistons working the ball around now, and he gets it to go. Mitchell's got 21.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
Valanciunas with the ball. Dishes it to Carroll. Patterson, the screen. Carroll passes to DeRozan. And it's sent back by Mitchell. Here's Bellinelli. DeRozan defending. And Bellinelli kicks to Mitchell. Pass to Bellinelli. Drummond, a screen. Bellinelli dishes to Mitchell. From the stripe. Another shot. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Down low. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
Looking now at the numbers for Jackson. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. He's averaging 7 points a game, 13 assists, and 2 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
For sure. Great anticipation. Peripheral vision is there. Natural talent as well. Really shining through.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
With the shot. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Detroit leading by 3. Bellinelli passes to Jackson. And a wide open look for Freq. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
I want everyone here in the Air Canada Center to get
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. Dwayne Casey was just going over the plan with his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through DeRozan. Coach would like to see him utilized in the offense as much as possible. We can expect to see them going to him constantly. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Drummond, a screen. Jackson kicks to Mitchell. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Some excellent numbers in this one for Freq. 8 rebounds and 2 blocks. What a force he's been in the paint.
And he's gotten himself into the air, Clark, so often, blocking shots and getting rebounds.
And Mitchell drops them both. Raptors trail by 8. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And it's DeRozan missing. Pistons have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Jackson with it. Lowry picks him up. It's tipped. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And it's sent back by Drummond. And here we go. Harris heading to the hoop. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Harris has got his third basket of the night. Toronto's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Lowry kicks to Patterson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Pass to Mitchell. The 15-footer, and the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
I mean, if you're looking to get back into this game, you have to get tougher defensively.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. Here's Valanciunas. The rebound by Mitchell. Mitchell's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Valanciunas sets a screen for Lowry to the middle and stolen by Drummond. Pass break Detroit. Here's Jackson. Plays it in off the breakaway. And now a 12-point Piston lead.
Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Patterson, the screen. Clock at 6. And he gets the bucket. And that's 12 points for Kyle Lowry.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Jackson's got the lead up to 12 now for the Pistons. Now, here's Lowry. 12 points for him. Carroll kicks to DeRozan. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. DeRozan's got 19 points.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Mitchell dishes to Harris. Now here's Freq, guarded closely. Out to the wing. Here's Drummond, and the rejection by Valanciunas. Outside Lowry. Shot from 12. Off the left rim and out. Pistons leading by 10. Jackson passes to Mitchell. They get the rebound, and the rejection by Valanciunas. Jackson against Lowry. Patterson, the screen. Oh, and there's the alley-oop, and the dunk by DeRozan.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geek.
And that's what the alley-oop guys will do for your team.
Inside, here's Patterson, and he gets it to go.
They are attacking the rim.
He's also changing it up. DeRozan comes in for Patrick Patterson, and it's Kyle Lowry in for Powell. And a different look here for the Pistons. Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines. Mitchell comes in for Johnson. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Meeks. And it's Jackson in for Augustine. DeRozan out there with Terrence Ross. Then it's Corey Joseph. Then there's Lowry. And it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Ross with a wide-open look. Here's Carroll, and it's sent back by Drummond. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Mitchell kicks to Jackson. To the inside. And Freq gets it to go on the assist by Jackson. 30 points for Freq.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
Lowry against Jackson. Lowry dishes to Valanciunas. Lays it up and banks it in.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Pistons leading by 7. Jackson kicks to Mitchell. To the middle. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Lowry passes to Ross. He feeds it to Valanciunas. Right side to DeRozan. The rebound by Mitchell. Mitchell's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Lowry dishes to Ross. He kicks it to Valanciunas. DeRozan in the corner. Screened by Valanciunas. Ross for 3. Rebound, Detroit. Mitchell's got 11 rebounds in the game. Bellinelli gets the bucket. Bellinelli's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Screened by Valanciunas. Ross on the wing. From outside the arc. That's good.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Here's Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Lowry. It's Jackson with the drive. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Mitchell kicks to Drummond to the right side. 6 on the shot clock. To the paint. It's tipped. It's stolen by Carroll. Outside Lowry. He dishes it to Ross. And Valanciunas kicks to DeRozan. And it's sent back by Drummond. The feed to Mitchell. Launches it. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the Pistons.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Now the pass to Mitchell. Valanciunas on the double team. Morris kicks to Mitchell. Inside. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
And the Raptors making a change here. Patterson's checked in. And a switcher also for Detroit. Harris is checked in.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up. +8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Raptors trail by 12. And here's Lowry. Outside DeRozan. Beyond the arc. That drops. DeRozan's got 24.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Greg, that's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here is Lowry. Outside DeRozan. Poke loose. Passes it to Valanciunas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Patterson can't get it to go.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Jackson passes to Mitchell. Kicks it to Drummond. Now Lowry. Patterson a screen on Harris. Shoots off the screen. Rebound Detroit. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Here's Mitchell. The Pistons rebound. Drummond. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Woo, he is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
The shot by Carroll, no good. Pistons leading by 11. Bellinelli dishes to Mitchell. Lowry with the ball. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Here's Patterson, and the three ball is good.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Put your hands together.
Detroit's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15.
Boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. Got me thinking back to my days.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well,
man.
Speak for yourself, because I could never throw it down like that. But I will say, it sure looks fun, doesn't it?
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, guys, I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Thanks again, Doris. That's good. And it's now 26 points for DeMar DeRozan.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Drummond a screen. Bellinelli for three. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got 3 assists in the game. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Lets the three fly. It's Drummond with the rebound.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the game. I mean, the rebounding has been very one-sided.
Yeah, and they've been on the winning end. I mean, effort is one thing you can always control in addition to attitude. I would credit this lead to force of will.
Jackson passes to Drummond, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
That's his first personal foul, third team foul.
Pistons on defense. 11-point game.
Shooting for Toronto.
And he can't get the first one.
In the first half, he was able to get to the line a little bit more. Let's see if he can pick it up here.
He's able to hit the second one, and that brings them to within 10.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
Detroit's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Jackson kicks to Drummond. Out to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Mitchell. Shot is no good. And Toronto will come the other way. Lowry dishes to Carroll. And again, no good by Toronto.
Man, he's just pulled a Harry Houdini in this quarter. He's completely disappeared. And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Pistons.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Shot quality and better overall shooting.
And this will make it 36 wins on the year for them.
And once again, they're going to come out on top in this series. 3 straight victories in as many games this season against this club. They've done a great job of just playing their best when it has mattered most against the Raptors.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Freq. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wild as a barrel. Yeah, you're making things far too easy for him when you let him get it that deep.
I echo that. Ditto. I mean, you've got to do your work early to try to keep him out of the post. Fight him a little bit. Keep him away from that spot he wants.
Back to Jackson. Freq with it. Patterson's there. And he gets it to go. Mitchell's got 39.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Freq. As the NBA's leading scorer, he delivered another outstanding performance among many this season. Quite fun to watch this guy work on any night.
Well, getting up over the 30-point barrier is never easy under any circumstances. He tore holes in the defense. They couldn't figure out what to do with him. Every play they ran for him, he executed it nearly perfectly.
Well, his ability to get into the paint, get to the rim was deadly. For a guy who's mainly a perimeter shooter, it was remarkable how many of his points came right at the bucket.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Pistons in Detroit. Well, for Detroit, what a year they're having. They've run up the best record in the NBA with some absolutely flawless performances. They've been a fun team to watch over the first half of the season. You know, we've heard so long that Greg Popovich is one of the best coaches in the NBA, if not the best. What sets him apart, Kenny?
Well, he's patient. You know, that's the difference. Well, he keeps these games and seasons in perspective. He looks at the big picture, not the small picture. And he's adaptable. Adaptability is one of the hardest things for a coach to do, because sometimes they get set in their ways and say, this is the way we're going to play. But then all of a sudden you make 3 or 4 trades and you say, well, should we still play that way? He says, yes, we will be adaptable and change our styles.
We've all heard this phrase before, defense wins championships. Popovich, all about defense. He's very...
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast from suburban Detroit. We are live at the Palace of Auburn Hills. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Right now, the Pistons are back in town for just one game and looking to play well for their home fans. Looking at the first half of the season, it's been one they've been very proud of. They have a lot of confidence so far.
The way this team has been playing, Kevin, I would expect them to continue the win streak against this team because, quite honestly, they enjoy a lot of matchup advantages in this one.
Yeah, but I think it's critical that you stay in the moment. You know, you can't get caught up in that kind of thinking. It's okay for us to think that way, but they need to focus on the opponent, on the here and now.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the floor for San Antonio, Manu and Kawhi filling out the perimeter. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Parker in at point guard. Here's Parker following the score by Reggie Jackson. Parker outside, screened by Duncan. And that's good. Tony Parker for three. Parker's got 5. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, Greg Popovich had a few moments to share with me. I asked him about the difficulty defensively against a team that's so smart and controlled offensively. He said that's a great point. They really do a terrific job of executing their offense. Not a lot of miscues or missteps. We need to be just as disciplined if we're going to get the upper hand. And down 1-0 in the season series, guys, we'll see if they can even it up.
Very good, Doris. Thanks. Well, guys, you think they'll be able to make that strategy work for them?
You know, they're a very high percentage shooting team. So he's right to focus on playing the tight D. As for whether it'll work, we'll see.
Hey, sometimes you just got to tip your hat. Even tough D can be outdone by good offense.
Now here's Freq. Manu Ginobili able to get his shot to go. Mitchell's shot is good.
And early on, they looked great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Jackson against Parker. Shoots from the line. Here's Aldridge. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. The Pistons have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Bellinelli passes to Drummond. Drummond a screen. Bellinelli for 3. Can't get it to go. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
And really, given how they performed offensively, guys, they just never had a chance.
Yeah, and you can see their frustration growing and growing as they continue to come up empty on their possessions. By the end, they were just happy to watch the clock wind down and move on.
Drummond, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength, just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it.
It's Parker outside, and that one's good. Parker's got 8 points.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
The dish to Mitchell. Drummond working against Duncan. Outside, Bellinelli, and he gets it to go. He's got 5.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Now here's Parker. He's got 8. Outside Aldridge. Spurs working the ball around now. That doesn't go either for Aldridge. Pistons leading by 6. And a wide open look for Freq. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Mitchell's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. For the Detroit Pistons, they won their last contest, that game against Toronto.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
Jackson kicks to Mitchell. Pass to Drummond. Fades back. The shot, no good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Last time they met was in San Antonio.
And really a resounding loss the last time they matched up. They got absolutely manhandled on the boards.
And Greg, you know how it is. At some point, you just got to man up and play with a lot more aggressiveness and toughness and pride inside.
No good from Ginobili.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
On the wing, Jackson. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
We need to calm down. We're taking too many shots early in the clock. Let's get some ball movement and run something on the offensive end. Keep it simple. Let's throw it down inside or run some pick and roll up top.
Now that we have a moment, let's see who have been the top assist teams in the league this season.
The beauty of watching this team is seeing the ball move around the court. It doesn't stick. That's why they're at the top of that list.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. West is checked in for Duncan. And it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. Green with the ball. Bellinelli is covering. Green dishes to West. And that one's good.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
That's good from Johnson on the assist by Freq. Mitchell's got his 5th assist in this one. Spurs trail by 10. Down low, Aldridge. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. A different look here for Detroit. Tobias Harris comes in for Johnson, and it's Jody Meeks in for Bellinelli. Mills, he's checked in for the Spurs. They double him with West. Drummond passes to Mitchell. Here's Meeks, and it's sent back by Aldridge. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. A different look here for Detroit. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Doubled by Felton. And it's Mitchell missing. Spurs trail by 7. Feeds it to Felton. Here's Leonard. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And that one's good. Augustine's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
And it's Mitchell missing.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
West outside, kicks it to Mills. Shot clock at 6. Picked by West. Inside. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that 2-hand.
Now here is Augustine. Harris kicks to Mitchell. Lets it go from 11 and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
Here's Leonard. 23 points for him the last game against the Nuggets in Denver. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That's in. Augustine with the assist. And now a 9-point Piston lead for San Antonio. They've gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate.
Morris is checked in for Mitchell.
Face it.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Mitchell in at power forward. Bellinelli is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Johnson in at the small forward position. That's the group for Detroit right now.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freq in the last matchup against the Raptors was simply terrific. He finished with 39 points, and as always, piling up rebound after rebound as well. Numbers like that make you anxious to see what he can do next time out.
All right, thanks so much, Doris. What a great report, and what a jaw-dropping performance that was, guys.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, he's given himself a hard act to follow here tonight.
You know what? But as good as he was, it's hard to think there won't be at least some sort of carryover effect, guys. I mean, he still has to be riding pretty high.
The Pistons leading. On the wing, Jackson. He's guarded by Rivers. Now here's Ginobili. 14 points from him the last game against the Nuggets in Denver. Here's Green, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Tony Parker's checked in for Manu Ginobili. Detroit's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. They set the screen. And then Johnson with the dunk.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Jackson kicks to Mitchell. And he goes in for the dunk.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And so it's Detroit with the ball after the miss from Tim Duncan. Bellinelli dishes to Mitchell. Jackson passes to Drummond. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Now it's a 4-point Piston lead.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividend.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Now here's Jackson following the miss by Austin Rivers. That is good. 6 points for Johnson.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons dancers.
And a brief look while we have the chance of a few of the hottest big men in the NBA. The leaders among centers and power forwards in field goal percentage during the last month. Number 1, Andre Drummond. 4th, Freq.
And most of the guys on that list have that unique combination of power and finesse. I mean, a very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
Yeah, and you've got to have a mix of options if you're going to shoot a high percentage like these guys do. You've got to be able to establish good position, and then you've got to have a nice feel around the bucket with both hands. Complete domination. What a game for Freq. 12 points and 6 assists.
Here's Parker. Passes it to Rivers. Screen by Duncan. And it's sent back by Mitchell. Second chance shot. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. 11 points for Aldridge.
Unstoppable. He has got it on automatic out there.
And, you know, the defensive effort is not bad. They're doing the best they can, but he's been simply too much for him.
Johnson against Parker. He feeds it to Aldridge. Aldridge can't get that one to fall. Pistons leading by 5. 3 on 3. It's stolen by Duncan. Oh, and here comes Rivers all alone. Oh, and he can't cap off the break.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
It's hauled in by Tony Parker.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
The wide open look here for Aldridge. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Jackson kicks to Drummond. Back to Jackson. The three. That's good. Jackson's got his third basket of the night right there.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And now we have a chance to check out Freq here. The past month has been surreal. Tops in scoring, first in rebounding, and he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage. Really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact.
And I tell you what, his scoring abilities are almost otherworldly. I mean, no one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
The Spurs making a switch here. West is checked in. Aldridge can't get it to go.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. We're out halfway through the season, and a chance here to recap where all the teams in the West sit in the standings. Take a look at the Warriors. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, San Antonio just way behind.
And when I look at San Antonio, they've never been able to take that next step this season and really break away from the pack.
And, you know, they're running out of opportunities to finally make that surge, partner. They're leaving themselves in a tough position in terms of the playoffs.
Spurs trail by 8. Rivers with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Aldridge a screen. It's Parker with the drive. West with a wide open look. Hits the front of the rim and out. Here are the Pistons with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. And then Johnson with the dunk.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Parker kicks to Aldridge. And it's good. Aldridge has got 8 here in the quarter.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Mitchell dishes to Bellinelli. Down low. Shoots from 12. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Mitchell's got the lead up to 10 now for the Pistons. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
That's good.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce?
They get a hand on it. Green left side. Pass to Aldridge. Wide open look. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Here's Mitchell. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Tobias Harris is checked in for Andre Drummond. Marcus Morris comes in for Johnson. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Felton can't get it to go.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
Augustine, that's good.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Now here's Mills. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Good job.
And so it's a close game.
Well, what a great job you did, both moving the ball and passing it and scoring it. What has been the key for you to this point?
I mean, I've just been trying to take what the defense gives me, really. I know I can't just try and go right at him every time, but if they give me a look, I'll shoot it. Otherwise, I'm just trying to keep the ball moving.
Kevin, back to you.
Thank you for the great interview. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You look at Freq in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and he's the ringleader of their offense. And what we saw in that first half with his ability to keep everybody involved is the reason why they're playing well.
And that's just the thing. I mean, he knows how to share the sugar. He makes sure everybody gets a touch, and that keeps the offense balanced and productive.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. The timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
Ginobili with a screen on Johnson. Aldridge a screen. Shot clock at 6. Ginobili the pass to Duncan. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Ginobili's got 3 assists now in this one. Drummond a screen. Jackson kicks to Drummond. There's a killer two-handed slam.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Parker outside. Duncan, a screen. Parker drives in. Right side Leonard for the tie. Rebounded by the Pistons. Mitchell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Dishes to Drummond, and that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Tries a 3 off the inbound, and it's Mitchell missing. Spurs trail by 3. Leonard kicks to Parker. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Back to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound by Mitchell. Mitchell's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Here's Leonard. Finished off the break. Leonard's got 10 points.
Well, what a smart pass that time by Aldridge.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons dancers.
Let's take a moment now, Kevin, to see how the Spurs are doing in the NBA. First in free throw shooting, 4th in blocks. And they also rank right there in the top 10 in fast break points. I mean, this is a really good transition team. They love to operate in the open court.
And you look at their ranking, tops in free throw percentage. I think it speaks to their focus and discipline as a team. They look to capitalize on every mistake.
San Antonio trailing here. The feed to Duncan. Outside Leonard. And Ginobili now top of the key. Offline from the top of the key.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Aldridge a screen. Outside Leonard. Shoots. The Spurs rebound.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Jackson. Detroit, no good that time either.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Aldridge a screen. Parker kicks to Green. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Green's got the game tied up here for the Spurs.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
Jackson with it. Leonard picks him up. Got a piece of it. Jackson against Leonard. To the middle. San Antonio with the ball. And Drummond kicks to Mitchell. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
The Spurs have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Parker against Jackson. And here's Green outside. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Jackson dishes to Drummond. Here's Mitchell. Buries it from three-point range. Now it's a 5-point Piston lead.
He had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on it.
Aldridge with it. He's got 15. Outside Leonard. Duncan at the elbow. The shot no good. And it's Detroit the other way. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Outside Leonard. Jacks up a three. But they'll get another chance. Aldridge kicks to Green. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Aldridge.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
And it's Mitchell missing. San Antonio's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Screen by Duncan. Low block shot. Good on the jump shot. Duncan's got 10 points in the game. The Pistons have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Drummond with a screen on Leonard. And they double up Jackson. And it's Drummond with the jam.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in. Spurs trail by 5. Mitchell, he's in at power forward. Jackson is out there with Johnson. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's Drummond in at the 5. That's the group for Detroit right now. Ginobili outside. And the 3 off target. Pistons leading by 5. Johnson, the pass to Jackson. To the inside. And Freq gets it to go on the assist by Jackson. And now it's 27 points for Freq. And San Antonio shooting in this game 45%. Aldridge with a screen on Johnson. And Ginobili. Here we go. Here's Duncan. That's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
The Pistons making a change here. Bellinelli's checked in. Ginobili outside. Takes the 3. That doesn't go either by Ginobili.
You know, they've been outstanding on the board, and it's a big reason why they've got a lead. Doing the dirty work down low.
We call that a collabo because everybody's boxing out and making sure they secure the glass.
Now the pass to Rivers. Just 5 to shoot. He dishes it to Aldridge. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, how about LaMarcus Aldridge in this one? He has 18 points, and he has been the definition of a thief with all those steals.
And Clark, defensively, he has played this game just so intelligently. I mean, he hasn't let them get away with any loose passes or sloppy ball handling.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
Tony Parker's checked in for San Antonio. Ginobili kicks to Parker. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. And that's 13 points for Tony Parker.
What a pass by the fearless Manu Ginobili. Great teamwork.
Jackson against Leonard. In the corner, it's Bellinelli. Drummond the screen, and Bellinelli kicks to Mitchell. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Mitchell's got 13 points in the second half. Spurs trail by 6. Parker outside. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Duncan, a screen. Leonard on the wing. The fader. Detroit with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10. Johnson outside.
Move the ball. Sticking too much.
Out to the right wing. Bellinelli dishes to Mitchell. Drummond in the post. He's covered by Leonard. And that one's good. Drummond.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
He's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
The dish now to Bellinelli. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Freq with it. Guarded now by Duncan. It's Drummond, high post. Aldridge is there. On the wing, Jackson. He's covered by Leonard. And Freq gets it to go on the assist by Jackson. And that's 31 points for Freq.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Parker passes to Aldridge. Aldridge double teamed. Parker. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No telling how much larger the lead would be if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, come on, this guy's kept him in it.
And Drummond throws it down.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
Pass to Leonard. And it's sent back by Mitchell. Here's Johnson. Outside Jackson. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Just too dangerous of a shooter to leave alone from beyond the arc.
Parker kicks to Leonard. The fadeaway. Another miss by Leonard.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Parker dishes to Aldridge. Outside Leonard to the middle. Duncan kicks to Aldridge. No good, unable to end this run. Pistons leading by 13. Feeds to Jackson. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
You're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
To the paint, here's Mitchell, and he slams it one-handed.
And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense, I mean, it's all been terrific.
Parker passes to Aldridge. That doesn't go either for Aldridge.
And, you know, you can feel the desperation right now. They're starting to lose their composure offensively.
Yeah, it's palpable, Greg. I mean, clearly you can see the frustration. And it's understandable. I mean, right now they're on the wrong side of a big run.
And the first one at the line is good.
They're really doing a good job working hard to get inside and draw contact, a little more so than they did in the first half.
And defensively, if you're trying to battle back, you can't keep sending them to the line.
Johnson against Leonard. To the left side wing. Aldridge against Drummond. They need this. Aldridge's shot is good. Aldridge has got 4 points this quarter.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Jackson kicks to Johnson. Jackson dishes to Johnson. Here's Bellinelli. He's covered by Ginobili. Tries it from 19. Rebound San Antonio. Aldridge has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And that's now 7 points for Manu Ginobili.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Jackson passes to Mitchell. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
And Mitchell no good on that one. Spurs trail by 17. Kicks to Aldridge. Passes it to Ginobili. He feeds it to Duncan. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Ginobili's got 6 assists in the game.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Johnson outside. Down low. And stolen by Aldridge. Parker left side. A second chance effort. Here's Leonard. Goes up again, and the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you. You're forcing the issue too much.
Parker against Jackson. Screen by Duncan. Parker kicks to Aldridge. No good. And Detroit the other way now. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the game. I mean, the rebounding has been very one-sided.
Yeah, and they've been on the winning end. I mean, effort is one thing you can always control in addition to attitude. I would credit this lead to force of will.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Detroit.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
They knocked down their shots. I mean, a little luck didn't hurt either. A lot of their 50-50 shots went in the basket.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
I tell you what, Greg, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Freq. He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
Johnson against Leonard. It's stolen by Johnson. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
And Bellinelli kicks to Drummond. And he uses the glass on the wing. And the Pistons lead by 20.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. And that certainly helped this crew get to the W.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
You put on what was simply an incredible fourth period. How were you able to take over this game in the end?
I think our team just wore them down over the course of the first 3 quarters. And during the fourth, it made things easy for myself and others to create space and get the shots that we like to take. It was really team effort. Definitely.
It was a pleasure for us to watch. Thank you so much. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freq. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted. Kenny, your thoughts?
How about the show Freq was putting on tonight? It was a freak show. That's one of the smartest basketball players I've ever seen. Being able to use either hand and being as skilled as he is poses so many problems out there. But as modest as he is, he's not going to gloat even though he's having a great performance. He's going to just go right back out there, get to work for the next game.
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60% reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart. You're being aggressive, and you're creating opportunities. What a spectacular performance.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.